welcome back to Journals and Dragons. I'm SJ. I talk about everything from journaling, reading, D&D adventures, as well as my real life adventures traveling. And today I'm talking about my recent travels to London and everything that I got while I was there. For the most part, this is actually just going to be a snack haul because I just really love snacks, and for some reason that's what I get like really fixated on every time I go, is like I have to make sure I have stuff to bring back. So for the most part, I love to eat at Pretz while I'm traveling in the UK. I wish we had a Pretz in the US. I think we actually do have a couple, but not anywhere near where I live. I just love their food so much. I love cafes in the UK in general. You just go in and they have like grab and go food, and it's actually like really good, and they have a ton of options. Here the equivalent is just like Starbucks, and they have just stale PB&Js and like a couple of food options, and they're just not that exciting, and they don't like change out their menu very often. Also, I don't really like going to Starbucks, but there they have so many just sandwich options, and I am a simple person and I love a sandwich. So I had to make sure I brought back a couple of snacks from Pretz. I brought back, let's see, 3 different bars from Pretz. The chalk bar, which is basically, it's kind of like a chocolate bar, but it has some dates and digestive biscuits in it, like crumbled in, so it like mostly tastes like a really thick like chocolate bar. You can't really taste the like fruit in it very much, but it tastes really good. It's just like really thick and chewy, and with a little bit of like crunch from the cookie crumbles. These are so good. I think this is what I had on my 21st birthday as like my trip. My little treat to me was a little chalk bar. A little depressing, but I really enjoyed it. I got the brownie bar. There's really no need for me to explain this one. It's a brownie that looks like a bar. I also, this is what I bring home the most of. I actually brought home 3 of these. You can tell they're like a little melted, but they're still really good. They don't travel super well. They get really crumbly, but these are the Love bars. They have dark chocolate chunks, vanilla pumpkin seeds, almonds and pistachio nuts embedded in caramel and layered on a flapjack base. Crumbly, caramelly, and delicious. A flapjack base, it's basically like oats. It's basically like a granola bar. Like I said, it does actually get pretty crumbly, but if I get it home and it's like falling apart, then I'll just crumble them up and put it over like an acai bowl or Greek yogurt or something. So it still like works really well even if you get home and it's kind of falling apart. But I love these things. I love these things so much, and I miss them when I get home. Of course, every time I go, I also have to get so much chocolate. Oh, I have such a sweet tooth. But I love the chocolate in the UK. I love Cadbury's. And I'm telling you, it's not the same Cadbury's that we can get here, because if you look at the ingredients, usually on the UK Cadbury's, it says like, yes, you're not gonna be able to see this, but it says like milk is the first ingredient. Oh my gosh, you can't see it. It says milk is the first ingredient, and the ones in the US say sugar is the first ingredient. So there's definitely something different about UK Cadbury's. Now this one I got for a friend so that they could try me and believe me when I said it was so much better. I also got the Oreo bites for me because they're really good. And I got Cadbury mini eggs. Ah, these are so cutie. I'm gonna save these for Easter for me. And right now I'm gonna throw them over there in that corner. Another thing that I got as a gift for a friend, because they are crazy like me and they're really obsessed with snacks, are the What's-Its. One second. Okay. Are the What's-Its. They're basically a Cheeto. They're basically just a Cheeto, but they taste a little different and they're really good. So she wanted some of those, and I brought her back 2 bags. If you're traveling to the UK, do try these. They actually are really good, and they're a lot better than regular Cheetos. Regular Cheetos, that is. Next is my favorite UK snack. I am obsessed with these. It's the Walker's Sensations Thai Sweet Chili Crisps. I'm telling you, I got these on my first trip to London when I turned 18. I just like saw these in the grocery store and I was like, oh, let me try those. I've been obsessed with them ever since. I love these so much. I love these chips. They're like the perfect amount of spicy. Other than that, they're just Lay's. They're just flavored really good, but they are just kind of like Lay's chips. I'm obsessed with these. If you go to the UK, I'm telling you, try these. Please, if you don't try anything else, you have to try these. They are so good. So good. The last sort of like snacky thing I got as a souvenir was La Durée. Probably saying that wrong, but they're just macarons. They're like fancy macarons. This box, empty. I did already eat them. They were really good. They were delicious. But yeah, they're just little like macarons. They taste great with tea. I love to bring them home as a little bit of extra magic when my trip's all done, but that magic's gone now. I ate them. Sorry. I went to the Sherlock Holmes Museum while I was there, and I didn't actually go into the museum. I have in the past, and I can't explain it. You just kind of have to go. The Sherlock Holmes Museum is so odd. It's mostly like sets. Like it's mostly they recreated sets from the book, and it is really cool. It is really cool to look at. And then there's one layer of the floor that's got wax figures in it that are sort of recreating the scenes. And that's like, you know, okay, cool, whatever. But when you're walking around that room, there's a plaque and it's like, oh, this is the scene where they like look down and they see this guy doing this thing. I can't remember what the scene was, to be honest. But I was like, look down, where are the dudes? And I just like looked up, on God, they had these two wax figures staring at you from the ceiling. It was insane. And I was like, this is a fever dream, and I have nobody who can like relate to this experience with me. So I didn't go inside the museum this time, but I was with somebody who like was a big Sherlock Holmes fan, and they kind of just wanted to go see like the gift shop and the like door outside, which is really cool to look at. So we went into the gift shop, and I actually collect music boxes. This one is from the Sherlock Holmes Museum. It says so on the side. This is inverted, so you can't see, but it's cool. This is from The Magic Flute, which is one of my favorite arias. I don't think that has anything to do with Sherlock Holmes. I've definitely not read every Sherlock Holmes story, but I don't think this makes an appearance. Is this the same time period? I just said this is my favorite opera, and now I can't even think of like who it's written by or when. Alright, well, I guess I'm a fake fan, but I don't know what this has to do with Sherlock Holmes, but I was really excited. I love music boxes. And then when I went to the counter to buy the music box, I saw something even more exciting, and that is a bottle of gin. It's Sherlock Holmes gin. It's actually like so cute because it's got the little like wax stuff right on top of it. I imagine you like pull this to open it. Otherwise, I actually may never be able to drink this because I don't know how to open it. But when I bought it, the guy was like, oh, I just want to make sure you know, like, it's going to change colors. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's going to change colors. And I was like, homeboy, I guess I'm glad you told me because maybe I would have freaked out. But could you imagine I, like, didn't know that and I just, like, poured it out and it turned bright blue? I kind of wish that was what the experience I had was because that would have been so funny. But premium quality Miracle Blue gin. It's in a, like, 20-ounce container. It's really cute. It's actually pretty small, good for traveling. But I can't wait to try this. I think it'll be really cute. The main reason that I actually like booked this trip was because I really wanted to go see the musical Starlight Express. I like had seen videos of it on TikTok and it looked really cool. Basically, it's an Andrew Lloyd Webber show and it's about like trains. It's very sci-fi, steampunk. They're all on roller skates, but there's this one character in the show that's a like meathead, gym bro, like bully. In the past, he's always been played by a man, and for the 2024 revival of this show in London, they recast this character as a woman, but left everything else the same. So basically, she's like a mean, buff lesbian, and that's the main difference of the show. And I was like, I have to see it. Like, I have to see that show. It looks so good, so fun. So I booked this trip to go see Starlight Express, and it was so good. It was so fun. The actors were absolutely incredible. I had a really like cool seat where they were like skating right past me for the race and stuff, and it was a really great viewing experience. And I had in my head before I went, I really wanted to purchase the 2024 like cast vinyl, and I was going to take it to the stage door and ask for them to sign the outside of this vinyl. And I even made these like Taylor Swift style friendship bracelets of like names of the songs in the show and names of the characters and just different references and stuff. And I made like a chunk of bracelets. It was probably like 35 to 40 bracelets, a ball this big, just of friendship bracelets to give to people there or cast or anything. But the thing is, I'm pretty shy. Like, I'm really awkward meeting new people. So I was like, I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to like give away these bracelets. Like, I feel just really awkward about that. But I went to the show, I bought the vinyl immediately. I wanted to make sure it didn't sell out, and it's the person I checked out from said like, oh, do you want a bag for that? In the UK, you usually have to like pay for a bag. And I said, yes, that's like such a good idea. If I'm just like holding this vinyl walking around, I feel like I'm going to lose it, and I'm just gonna like set it down and lose this vinyl. So I purchased the bag. She brings it out. The bag is this wide. The vinyl is this wide. There's like absolutely no chance that vinyl is going into the bag that I just purchased with that. And she's like, oh, well, like, it doesn't fit, but like, you already paid for it, so here's your bag. And I wasn't gonna make her like refund me the 50 pence for that bag. So I was like, okay, thanks, whatever. So I go through the show, I like go to the stage door and stuff. I end up seeing like some people in cosplay for the characters, and that I was like, that kind of like opened up the floor for me to like, hey, do you want these bracelets? I was able to make friends through that. It was really fun. They were really nice, and we were taking like pictures of me and videos of me like meeting some of the cast, which I wouldn't have gotten because I was there by myself. And then like at some point on my way back on the train, I realized like, oh, I didn't have them sign my vinyl. What a bummer. Like, that was like the point. And then I go, where's my vinyl? Oh my god, the reason I didn't think to have them sign it was probably because I didn't even have it anymore. I don't know at what point in the night, but on the train ride back, I just looked down and realized I didn't have this vinyl with me. It was gone. I left it somewhere. It's somewhere in Wembley Park, probably, but it's completely gone. So I emailed the tube system and was like, oh, you know, if you find a lost Starlight Express vinyl. And then I emailed the theater and said the same thing, like, hey, if you find like vinyl under any of the seats, it might be mine. And they both emailed back and were like, hey, we haven't seen anything. So that was a little devastating. I was actually pretty despondent after that, but hey, if nothing else, somehow I made it out with that 50 pence bag that I bought to put the vinyl in that it didn't fit. This is all that I have left from Starlight Express, is a bag, a paper bag that was 50 pence. I made it home with this, and I did not make it home with the vinyl. I am so mad at myself, and I knew that was gonna happen too. When she was like, oh, do you want a bag? I was like, oh god, yes. Like, if I'm just carrying this, I'm going to set it down and I will never see it again. And exactly that happened. This is all that I have. So I'm gonna treasure this bag forever because it's all I have. And I guess pictures and the friends I made along the way and the memories, but yeah. The whole point of going to London was to see that show. Dummy! but it's okay. Other than that, the trip was great. Everything other than that like went really smoothly and really well. I basically just explored a bunch of bookstores, saw my family, saw a couple friends in London, drank a lot of coffee, ate a lot of cake, read a lot of books, and that's an ideal trip for me. So that was my trip to London. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you've seen Starlight Express, if you want to talk about it. If you're sitting in seat G32 in platform 2 and you see a vinyl under the seat, if you could actually leave a comment below and tell me and give that back to me, I would really like that because I really want that vinyl. But that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching and for joining me all the way till the end. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you guys hopefully for the next one. Bye bye!